Hello. Blaise Pascal, the French philosopher, said, "All of man's problems stem from his inability to sit alone in a room for any length of time." Psalm 46 verse 10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." Psalm 37 verse 34 reads, "Don't be impatient for the Lord to act." The story was told of a woman who spent hours in a chapel. She was always silent. Someone asked her what she prayed about, and she said, "Well, I only look at God and he looks at me." It's a lovely story, and there's a lot to be learned from that story, and there's a lot to be learned from Blaise Pascal's saying as well. And most especially, there's a lot to be learned from the scriptures. Over the years, as I have mentioned before, I've not been good at asking the Lord for things, but I have sought his face and found his hand most generous. He's made us in his image, and personality traits come into this too. For example, if you have a friend who likes hanging out with you and you perceive that he has a need, you'll be happy to offer your help without he even having to ask for it. Even if he does ask a favor, you'll be happy to oblige. After all, this is a friend. However, if you only ever hear from him when he wants something, you're going to feel like you're being a bit used, right? It's the same in our relationship with God, and someone said that the Lord isn't beyond feeling used by us at times. If you only show up in his presence on Sundays, and even at that, you're there but not really there, there's something wrong in the relationship, and it's not the Lord that's wrong. In my experience, this relationship is built on silence. In much of my own personal time with him, the only sound that could be heard is a ticking clock in the kitchen. My aunt was married for 50 plus years, and she used to talk about compatible silence. If we are to develop relationship with God, this would be a good thing to remember. I've been in prayer meetings and have wished some people would just shut up. You know what? It's okay to be quiet, even as a group. But in 20 plus years in the kingdom, I've yet to see it happen. The late James McConnell, pastor of Whitewall Metropolitan Tabernacle, said, "There are two types of people in this world. One type always has to say something. The other has something to say." Proverbs 10:19 reads, "In a multitude of words, sin is not lacking, but he who restrains his lips is wise." There is a time to keep silent and a time to speak. That's from Ecclesiastes 3 verse 7. Proverbs 29:11 reads, "A fool utters all his mind, but a wise man keeps it in until afterwards." The final word goes to Ecclesiastes 5 verse 2. "Do not be quick with your mouth, and let not your heart utter anything hastily before God. For God is in heaven, and you are on earth. Therefore, let your words be few." That's biblical wisdom to remember when entering God's presence. God bless you.